Evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening to talk about getting ready for the IGCSE exams and the options available for our students after they complete their IGCSE exams, including the A-levels here at Tempe SEH. We really hope that you enjoy the presentation.
欢迎大家出席我们今天傍晚的 IGCSE 考试以及 IGCSE 考试过后的一些关于升学的资料说明会。
The IGCSE exams and getting ready for them. First of all, leading up to the exams, the exams go from May 2nd until June 7th this year. But a lot of Cambridge exams also have speaking and listening tests, and they start as early as late March. And also, some IGCSE subjects have coursework options, and that coursework is due at the very end of April. Mr. Ong, would you like to translate, please?
各位家长，那么傍晚好了，我是 Mr. Ng 啊，所以这 Mr. Jack 刚刚有提到呢，就是我们的 IGCSE 的考试呢，将会在5月2号到6月7号，是整个考试的进行考试当中的。那么所谓的口语考试跟这些听力考试呢，将会在3月尾的时候进行。那么特别是口语考试的部分呢，大家不用太担心，我们都会就是相关的部门都会通知各个部门的学生什么时候会考试的。那么当然这个也包括所谓的一些 coursework， 就是所谓的他们的 project base， 比如说有一些比较特别的科目，他们不完全是考试，他们有一些是依靠所谓的 project， 有点类似我们的所谓讲的 assignment。那么他们的截止日期呢，通常是在4月尾左右。Back to you, Mr. Jack.
There's a long list of requirements and rules for Cambridge exams, and students will be in touch with Ms. Vetter, our exams officer, who will update them on all of those rules. I won't go into them here. However, I do just want to outline a couple of very important ones. Students should bring an ID document at the start of each exam. Of course, bring all of the equipment they need. Don't be late for the exam. And lastly, students cannot bring a cell phone into the exam room. It's so easy for a student to forget that they have one in their pocket. If a student is found with a phone during an exam, they could at the very least be disqualified from that subject, and they may be banned from writing Cambridge exams. So again, long list of rules, but these are the important ones. Mr. Ong?
所以最重要的是，就是学生当天呢，他们需要带所需要的所谓的文件啊，包括他们的身份证啊，包括他们的这些考试证啊。那么最重要的是呢，刚才 Mr. Jack 提到说，在考试的当天是不能够带电话的，不能够携带电话进入考场以内。可以带电话到学校，但是电话必须要留在课室外。这个在我们的预考就是 mock exam 的时候已经好几次提醒他们，相信学生们、同学们都已经知道了。那么最重要就是当天不要迟到了。最重要是不要迟到。那么学生有什么问题的话，欢迎他们随时询问我们的考官，就是考试官负责人啊，就是 Miss Veda， 他的电邮就在下面。Back to you, Mr. Jack.
Thank you, Mr. Ong. I'll just go through these one at a time, Mr. Ong, and then you can translate one at a time. So tips for preparing for the exam. The first one is to follow the teacher's exam guidance, or if you want, exam hacks. In the final 2 months, it's where you don't want to be fancy anymore. It's about getting the best grade we can get. All of the IGCSE teachers are specialized teachers with a lot of experience, and they've got the inside track on tips to give students on how to perform for an exam, little secrets that they can do in preparation and to predict which questions may come up. It's very important that students listen to this guidance.
那么这一幕呢，我们就会谈到说，在准备考试的时候呢，有什么一些提示啦，好让我们的学生呢更好的去准备考试。那么当然，第一个最重要的是，我们的老师都是非常有经验的科目老师，最重要的就是根据老师所给学生们准备的那些资料啊，给他们的一些指示啊，那么好好的去准备他们的考试。Mr. Jeff?
Take the initiative and ask questions in lessons. We've done a great job at school here in building student confidence and initiative in lessons, but some students are still a little bit shy. Now is the time to not sit on their hands, but ask teachers when they don't understand and when they need help. It's what the teachers are here for, and they can still make a lot of strong progress in the final 2 months. They must take initiative.
那么所谓的学问呢，就是说学了，那么就要问嘛。所以Mr. Jeff 就鼓励我们同学们，当然我们Mr. Edward 都鼓励学生们，就是说在遇到困难的时候，碰到挑战的时候呢，那么第一时间当然是要询问老师问题了。那么每个科目老师都有他们的专业所在，那么问他们呢，自然而然就是最好的解决方式。Back to you, Mr. Jeff.
Know your study strengths and eliminate distractions. Again, I've said a million times, put the phone away. Do not be afraid to be a little bit totalitarian with your parenting style. Take the devices away in the evening. If you want your child to have their laptop kept here at school, we'd be happy to hold it for them. And even don't be shy to shut off the Wi-Fi for a couple of hours in the evening so that children don't have access to the internet. A number of parents do this, I know, and it is very successful. Do not underestimate the power of electronic distractions such as a cell phone. Take full control of them.
那么现在很多中学生他们都是受这个电子设备的干扰啊，包括了 WiFi 他们的电话、他们的电脑啊，我甚至有学生告诉我说，老师啊，机不在手，会灵魂失守啊。我说，哎呀，怎么这么说呢？那么最重要就是说，让他们清楚了解说自己的读书的需要补充的地方是在哪里。那么把这些所谓的需要困扰性的东西先放一边。那么甚至刚才 Mr. Jeff 提到，有些家长是把他们的 WiFi 给关掉的，好吗 ，Mr. Jeff？
Create a revision timetable and be realistic. And it sounds old-fashioned, but it's not. Having a student being able to visually lay out what they will be studying on what days and at what times helps them stay very self-disciplined and very organized with their study. But be realistic. Don't bite off more that they can chew. Don't be revising 6-8 hours into the evening because it'll be very counterproductive. In regards to tuition, it is my strong advice that students do not require tuition to succeed on the IGCSE exams. All of our teachers are very capable here. I do understand that parents do invest a lot in tuition, and that is your decision and the decision of your child, but is, in my opinion, not a requirement to have outstanding success on exams.
那么一个好的复习从一个好的时间表开始，那么我们当然十分鼓励学生们去准备好自己的复习时间表啊。那么根据那个时间呢，好好的去复习所需要加强的科目。那么当然谈到补习呢，我们都明白马来西亚的家长大多数家长都有这个顾虑，就是说觉得不充足，那么需要再加强补习了。那么Mr. Jeff 跟我们的那个意见都是一样的，就是说我们觉得说老师学校的教导已经充足了。那么当然。要不要补习，这个是回到家长的身上，好吧？但是我们还是鼓励说，孩子们呢，只要他肯用功学习的话，那么这些额外补充的东西，就像吃维他命这样子的东西，就可能不太需要了。Back to Mr. Jeff.
Revise what you don't know, not what you know. Students get into a very comfortable habit of continuing to practice questions that they're very strong at because it feels very good to get perfect on a set of questions or a piece of homework, but that is not the best use of time. They want to continue to get better at curriculum that they still do not understand. It may not be very enjoyable. It'll be much more difficult, but it is the path to stronger progress.
那么从一个比较现实的角度来说，就是说，我们从学生们的学习状况当中可以得知说，孩子们呢，他们通常都会比较喜欢复习自己已经知道的，那么那些比较难的比较有挑战性的部分呢，他们就会稍微跳过。但是Mr. Jeff 和我都认同说，学生们应该是着重在他们所不知道的，而不是他们所已经知道的东西了。Mr. Jeff。
Attend booster classes if you are struggling. Booster classes go every day from 3 until 4 o'clock for certain subjects. And we also have booster classes in the morning for students who have completed BM in year 10. And I'll show the booster timetable later in this presentation.
那么那些已经完成在10年级的时候已经完成这个国语考试的同学呢，那么他们当然可以善用那段时间呢，去参加学校所为他们准备的加强班呢，就所谓的 booster class。那么 Mr. Jeff 将会在接着下来的 slide 当中给你们看看那个时间表。Mr. Jeff。
Stay positive. Don't let mistakes get you down. The next 2 months are going to be extremely stressful for students, especially. It's a good stress. It helps them focus. There's going to be a lot of tough days. There could be some short fuses and a lack of patience sometimes, but let's everyone stay positive. We're on a very good trajectory this year and predicting outstanding results. And just stay positive and stick together through these 2 months, which will be challenging.
接下来2个月呢，相信对于同学们来说，对老师来说，对家长来说都是充满挑战性的。但是最重要的就是我们所有人要保持比较正面的一个心态，那么去面对所有的挑战。好吧，就是失误和这些东西呢肯定会是有的，但是不要让他们把我们给击败了。那么最重要的就是说，刚才 Mr. Jeff 提到说，我们学校呢对这一年的考试呢是蛮有信心的，所以我们一起走过这段路，一起披荆斩棘走过这条路吧。Mr. Jeff。
Have a study balance, sleep, and exercise. Again, students get into the habit, especially in the final 2 months, that more is better, and to cram in 6-8 hours of study in a row, that is not the path to success. Students want to have a balance between study and free time. And when studying, they want to take small 10-minute breaks as well. And there is ample evidence about the benefits of exercise, just not for losing weight and gaining strength, but for getting better sleep, having better mental health, and improving one's memory.
那么相信这2个月下来，他们学生们呢会更加落力的去读书了，然后更加落力的去复习。那么当然最重要就是说让他们有个平衡了，好吧？就是也要睡得好，也要吃得好，那么也要读得好啊，好吧？就是在休息期间的时候，那么要让他们好好的休息，好吧？这个是最重要的 ，Mr. Jeff。
And before moving on to the next slide, I will repeat the point about eliminate electronic distractions. If you are having any difficulty with your child at home and all of the excuses they are making that they need to have their cell phone, let me know at school and I'll be very happy to help support you and getting that distraction taken away from them.
如果您是在面对说你的孩子，就是说在就是比较沉迷于电话、电子游戏这些东西呢，让 Mr. Jeff 知道，那么 Mr. Jeff 呢会替你消除这些烦恼了。那么我们会寻找一个解决方法，那么去帮助我们的学生，去帮助您的孩子。Mr. Jeff。
Tips during the exam. Again, we'll go through this with the students individually as well. The first one is to read the question, answer the question. Oftentimes students will start to read a question, think that they know what it's asking them, and then start to write a beautiful answer. But actually what they're writing, while it's very lovely, doesn't answer the question. And while they were capable of getting perfect marks, actually they failed the question because they didn't take the time to read it carefully.
那么最重要就是说，我们可以提醒孩子们说，在考试的时候啊，一定要把问题给读清楚。那么 IGCSE 的考试呢，最重要的就是那个问题，它的问题里面常常有一些关键字呢，是可以帮助到我们的学生呢，帮助到孩子们呢，更能够准确的回答到问题。Mr. Jeff。
Use the number of marks available to indicate how much time to use for a certain question. A lot of exams, most Cambridge exams, time is of the essence. Students can get into the habit of spending too much time on a particular question. While they may get perfect on that question, all of the time spent will mean they lose marks on other questions on the exam. Reading the number of marks available for each question will help them manage their time.
那么孩子们在考试的时候，通常都会面对一个状况，就是说，一个困难的地方就是说，他们会超出时间，那么不够时间来回答。那么主要的原因呢，其实就是说，孩子们他们在回答问题的时候呢，没有好好的去安排他们的时间应该怎么应用了，好吧？这个得要多注意。
Take the time to plan out longer written answers, especially the essay answers in English. It's very easy for students to just start writing, but if they don't take the time to plan, longer written answers can become very disorganized. And a very capable student who could get an A-star on an answer may get a C or a D because they rushed the answer. Mr. Edward can speak more on this later if you wish him to do so.
那么最重要就是说，学生们呢得要善用时间，那么特别是在写比较长篇的这些作文的时候，特别是英语这个科目了，那么得要好好的去策划，得要好好的去准备，那么在写作技巧上面呢能够更上一层楼，是这样。
If you finish early, review your answers. It's very easy for students in the final 15 or 20 minutes if they finish early because it's exhausting to put their head down and feel that they're done. But oftentimes if students do go back and review their answers, they will find a mark or two that they missed or a small miscalculation. And that can mean the difference between an A star or an A or a C or a D, the difference between getting a credit or not or having scholarship grades or not.
那么这个其实最重要的就是不可忽略的细节之一，就是说，如果学生们在考试结束之前已经完成考试的话呢，最重要的部分就是回去检查他们的考卷子啊。那么常常我们会有一些微差的分数啊，那么一点点的微差就会影响那个总的成绩了，所以这个部分是非常重要的。
Trust your instinct. When students do review answers, some of them can oftentimes overthink it and spin themselves into a circle about what is the right answer. In this case, they just want to trust their instinct, and what they feel is the correct answer often is the correct answer, and they should stay with their instinct.
那么有的时候在遇到困难的时候，就是说举棋不定的时候，左右为难的时候呢，那么最重要就是相信你的第六感了，好吧？那么第六感往往是最准的，好吗？就是根据你所学的知识啊，所有的东西累积起来，那么就相信那个答案是正确的嘛 ，Mr. Jeff。
Here is the booster timetable. Again, I will send after the presentation later this week, I'll send this information out with more details where necessary. But as we can see, the booster classes almost every day from 3 until 4 o'clock. Booster classes usually target students who still have a lot of work to do to get across the C boundary and ensure they get the IGCSE credit, but all students are welcome to attend booster classes if they wish to.
那么这个是所谓的这个 booster class 就是加强班的这个时间表了，好吧？所以你们可以清楚看到，从星期一到星期五，我们几乎都有排满了各个科目所需要的科目的补习班，就是加强班，这个是在学校的，好吗？这个是免费的了，啊，无需付费的。那么我们的鼓励孩子们来参加，那么他们有需要的话，那么他们可以第一时间通知 Mr. Jeff 或者通知我也可以，好吗 ？Mr. Jeff。
Also, you'll see period 1 on Tuesday, Wednesday. There are some booster classes there as well. That's just for students who completed their BM in year 10. So they don't have any lessons at that time. So they would be able to attend those booster classes. The Thursday and Friday physics is of course just for physics students. That is the PE lesson. So they come out of PE if they wish to get additional physics support. And finally, Friday at period 6, that is during the assembly. So again, we really like our assemblies, but at this time of the year, students in biology or coordinated science or core maths will come out of assembly to get additional support if they wish.
那么星期二、星期三的第一节呢，就是8点到9点的那堂课呢，是专门设立给那些已经在10年级完成国语考试的同学。那么这里包括了 Geography 地理，还有 Global Perspective 全球视野，包括 MS 还有高级数学了。星期四、星期五的那个 Physics 呢，就是物理课呢，是专门设计给那些物理课的学生，好吧？那么这些是那些他们必须要就是说摒除自己想要参加 PE 就是体育课，那么来参加这2门课了。那星期五的 Friday 的 P6 呢，就是第6节呢，就是2点到3点的课，这个其实是我们的周会来的。那么可是我们也安排了一些学生去参与这个 Biology 生物学 Coordinated Science 综合科学以及 Core Maths 还有这个就是核心数学的部分啊。Mr. Jeff。
After IGCSEs and the pre-A-level studies, we have the work placement program, which will be taking place during June and July. That will be a combination of options, either physically in the office getting work experience, or we also will have a number of online work experience options as well.
那么这个是就是在考完 IGCSE 之后，那么在进入大学先修班之前，我们学校为孩子们准备的一些所谓的课程啊，好吧，这个包括了就是说，我们鼓励孩子们去参加一些有趣的工作机会，有一些是实体的，必须要在办公室里面办公的，有一些是通过网络去办公的。Mr. Jeff。
The IGCSE celebration, the graduation of IGCSE, will be on June 30th, and more details will be shared about IGCSE celebration in the coming week.
那么在考完 IGCSE 后，就是普天同庆的时候了。那么好好的为这个里程碑做一个好好的庆祝。那么这个日期呢，现在是暂定于6月30日，我们会稍后呢会跟大家分享更多的消息。Mr. Jeff。
And finally, oh, sorry, the school will be running a number of A-level trial classes in June and July for the A-level subjects that Mr. Edward will be speaking about later. These trial classes will only be available for select students who do meet the criteria of A-levels, in particular, the forecasted grades that they are currently achieving at the IGCSE level.
那么同时，我们学校也会为学生们准备一个 A level 的试课就说很多学生对 A level 是比较或者是家长，甚至是家长说比较模糊，就是说不太了解 A level。那么我们的就是目的呢，就是想要让孩子们体验一番，就说 A level 大概是什么样的课。那么这个是在6月和7月的时候呢，是这样。
And finally, the IGCSE results are going to be released on August 16th, which also coincides with my birthday. So hopefully that'll be a happy day for me, and the students' IGCSE results will make it even more special.
那么正式的 IGCSE 成绩呢，将会在8月16号公布了。那么刚好那天呢是 Mr. Jeff 的生日所以他在旁边那边放了一个庆祝的标志，好吧？好吧，他说他希望那一天是快乐的一天呢，就是说生日的同时也收到孩子们考获好成绩的消息了。Mr. Jeff。
And with that, thank you very much for your attention in regards to preparation for IGCSEs. I'll now hand over to Mr. Edward, Deputy of A Levels, who will be speaking more about post-IGCSE.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So yes, first I would like to take you through the IGCSE and A-level subject choices for your choices of subjects to lead into your career. So could we click one more time? Okay. As you can see here, we have the various degrees and the various careers and the suggested subjects. As you can see, things like medicine or biomedicine, you need to do biology, chemistry, and ideally maths, although not 100% necessary to do maths. We have law, engineering, computer science, economics, business, finance, accounting, architecture, psychology. Each of these careers kind of have some key subjects you need to do at GCSE and ideally at A-level or at IB or whichever course you decide to take. If we click next, we can see that the universities do not require the less common subjects. If we have a look at subjects such as psychology, really your key subject for psychology is biology. Many schools simply don't offer psychology at GCSE or at A-level. And so universities do not and cannot penalize students if they do not have access to psychology. Similarly, computer science, as long as you have maths, ideally physics, you're okay. Same for law. You're not really expected to cover law at A-level because so many schools don't offer it. Okay. If you have any questions about any of these subject combinations, please do let me know. Otherwise, yeah, Mr. Ng, could you translate for us?
OK， 好酷所以呢，这个是一个就是参考列表那么这不一定是100%准确的，但是Mr. Edward 有提到说，就是说比如说我们举个例子，比如说孩子们如果有兴趣要读医学或者是关于生物学的话，那么他们在所谓 IGCSE 或者 A level 要考的科目就包括了这些生物学化学数学包括这个所谓括号的物理科了，那是加强科包括了法律，那么最重要的其实就是比如说历史科目这个英文文学的部分。好吧，那么再往下走的话，我们可以看到这个心理学那么这个是相当热门的一个科目，那么就是在大学这个学士课程的时候了。那么它并不是一定是那么下面的是有写到说大学不一定需要所有的学生就是这些所谓的所有的这些冷门科目好吧，而是他们指定的一些科目，就比如说这个数学和这个生物学呢，就是蛮重要的了，好吧，包括了他们如果能够在 A level 念这个心理学的话，那会是更加加分的。Okay, Mr. Edward.
Thank you. So the question is, which subjects should you choose? Obviously, you should think about your career choice, your university options, your strengths, and facilitating bonus and less recognized subjects. Students often don't think about their strengths. They think about what they should be doing. But in fact, if you were to get an A star in history, that would probably be better than a D in maths. So you need to really think about what you're going to enjoy and what your strengths are. If we have a look at some of these facilitating subjects, these are the subjects that don't necessarily lead directly into a career, but they're generally seen as very, very strong subjects. These are subjects such as English, history, languages, maths, physics, biology, chemistry, geography. You may not be interested in going into the world of English. However, it shows that you have analytical skills. It shows you have problem-solving skills. You might not want to be a geologist. However, it shows that you can analyze data very, very well. So these are very helpful subjects if you are looking at some other subjects as well. Similarly, we have these bonus and less recognized subjects. Examples are the IPQ, General Studies and Home Sciences. These, again, are not so recognized as main subjects. However, they are really good as bonus subjects, potentially as a fourth subject or even a fifth subject, to really kind of make you stand out and boost your level and your application. The IPQ is an independent research project, so that you can get some experience to prepare you for university. So it's a great skills-based course to help you develop. Over to you, Mr. Ng.
Thank you, Mr. Edward. So 我们在选科的时候，就是说孩子们他们在选科的时候该怎么选的？那么这3点呢是他们必须要就是仔细的去思考的，包括了他们的就是未来事业的选择，包括了他们的强项，包括了这些以下会谈到的，就是所谓的哪一些科目对他们来讲是相当有帮助的。比如说这里谈到的 facilitating subject 就包括了，他们不会说指定说一定会为他们就是指明说哪一条路是非常适合他们的，但是这些科目呢，在大学领域里面呢是非常之受认可和认证的。这些科目包括了英语，那么历史、语言科目，那么数学、物理、生物学、化学还有地理了。那么当然还有一些比较加分的，那么但是呢，很多人认为说他们并不是一定会受认证的，那么也不是所谓的主流的科目啊，包括了这些所谓的 ITQ， 这个是一个类似于写小论文的一个科目，还有包括了就是笼统学习，还有一个是Home Sciences 这些其他类型的科目。Back to you, Mr. Edward.
Thank you. So the next question is really, what are you going to do when you finish your GCSEs? What are the post-IGCSE further education options? We have the AUSMAT, which is specifically for the Australian system. We have the CIMP, which is for the Canadian system. We have Diploma, Foundation, IB, and A-Level. AUSMAT, CIMP, and IB are quite similar in that they are kind of world recognized, and you study somewhere between 5 and 9 subjects. So it gives you really broad access to subjects, it keeps your options open, and allows you to do a variety. Obviously, the advantage of this is that you get to study many subjects, and it keeps your options open. The downside is that there are compulsory subjects. You have to do English, you have to do maths, you have to do science, language, etc. So there are some downsides if, like me, you don't want to study all of the core subjects. I was very keen on A-Level because I wanted to drop subjects and focus on the ones I was very good at, which for me was English, philosophy, drama, and French. So I could really focus on those and not worry so much about science and maths. If we have a quick look at the diploma is great because it gets you straight into a field, straight into work, and it trains you with specific skills. For example, carpentry or culinary skills. The slight disadvantage of diploma is that it's very skills-based, and so if you were looking at moving into management, there's a bit more training required later on. Both diploma and foundation have a very low entry requirements. So they both, diploma requires 3 Cs and the foundation requires 5 Cs. Again, that has pros and cons. Having a very low entry requirement means it's very easy to get into. It also means that everybody on that course tends to have the same level of, 3 to 5 Cs. So that means you're not pushed quite as hard. The foundation is the one that I wanted to speak about a little bit. It's kind of often sold as this golden ticket because it's 1 year, it's cheap, it's quick, it's easy. However, there's lots of downfalls or traps of the foundation. The primary one is that the foundation is only recognized by that provider, by that university. If you do your foundation with Sunway, you have to stay with them for the rest of your educational career. It is just not recognized elsewhere. Similarly, in the future, if you're applying for jobs, there's no guarantee that any company would recognize that foundation. They would see your GCSEs, they'd recognize that, and they would recognize your degree, but the foundation itself is not necessarily very well recognized. I'm always just suggesting to be very, very careful with foundations because they seem like a great idea, but they have a lot of flaws. If you're looking at something like OSMAT, CIMP, IB, or A-level, they're far more widely recognized. If you want to change the university, if you want to change the subject, then these offer you much, much more choice. So again, having a quick look at A-level, it is very internationally recognized. You do 3 to 4 subjects, so you can really, really specialize at that stage. So that's why I chose to do A-level when I was doing my career, and why I choose to teach at A-level as well. So over to you, Mr. Owen.
Thank you, Mr. Edward. 所以这个呢，这个部分我们会谈的比较仔细，就是说谈到这个 IGCSE 之后，那么孩子们应该如何学习，如何选择他们的升学之路。那么这边所谓谈到的 OSMAT 和 CIMP，OSMAT 就是这个专门设计给这些有兴趣到澳洲学习的孩子们啊。那么CIMP 是给加拿大的大学的。那么这两个的差别不大，就是说他们的好处呢。就是说，OSMAT 有5个科目 ，CIMP 有6个科目。那么，它的就是比较需要加强或者我们比如说注意的部分是 OSMAT 的这5个科目都是必考，那么 CIMP 的6个科目也是必考。然后往下走的时候，我们可以看到 Diploma 了。我 Diploma 是比较专注在就是技术型的学习，包括比如说烹饪课啊，比如说这些修理汽车、修理机械的这些课程啊。好吧，所以当然它的那个所谓的学术资格要求也相对的比较低，那么只需要在 IGCSE 考到3个 C， 那么就可以去念 Diploma 了。然后往下走，这个 Foundation 是我们大家比较熟知的啦。那么这个是又快又便宜，那么根据 Mr. Edward 刚才讲的，那么它只有1年的课程，那么只需要5个 C 就能够踏入就是去学习 Foundation 了。那么它唯一需要特别留意的部分呢，就是说如果你是选择在那个大学念 Foundation 的话，那么你就必须要选择在那个大学继续念完它的学士课程那么当然这也包括说我们往后面就是往未来的方面想的话，那么有一些可能雇主呢，他可能不太看重这个 Foundation 部分，而是他需要看的是 IGCSE 的部分，也包括了他们的这个学士资格的部分。那么再往下走 ，IB 和 A-level 2个呢都是受国际认证的。那么一个主要来讲 ，IB 是美国的那一套系统 ，A-level 这个是英国的系统啊。那我本身跟 Mr. Edward 一样，我是念 STPM， 就是Form 6， 也就是 A-level 跟这个 A-level 是相同的了。那么A-level 的部分呢是它需要选3到4个科目。那么它的好处呢就是说它3到4个科目呢是说你并不需要说你一定要专注在什么科目上面，它也没有说你有必修科，而那3到4个科目都是供你自由选择的不过当然它的难度我们都知道，所以因为它的难度高，所以它受的国际认证的那个广度就越广了。Mr. Edward.
Thank you. So next we need to have a look at what the school options are. So again, your kind of 2 main options are looking at colleges and universities or looking at schools. Again, colleges and universities such as Sunway, Taylor's, UCSI, they tend to have low entry requirements with 3 to 5 C's grades offered. This is, again, as I kind of mentioned before, has pros and cons. It means it's very easy to get in, which if you're expecting around 3 to 5 C's, that might be a benefit. However, that means that most of your cohort, most of the other students will be at that same level. Especially when you look at some of the size of the classes, we're looking at 40 or 50 students in a class. The teacher may well be teaching purely at level C. This doesn't mean that you can't achieve A's and B's. However, it's just that if the teacher is teaching at a level C level, then that's kind of the level you may be expecting. Again, similarly, they have very, very large classes and schools. Sunway has 2,000 plus students. That's great if you want to kind of get the kind of campus experience, but similarly, it means you may not get so much individual support. And again, you may be mixed with much older students. Similarly, again, if you're looking for that campus experience, lots of schools, 10 be included, we actually run lots of campus experiences. So, for example, we have field trips to Nottingham for STEM and finance. We have a Nottingham Monash coming into the school to run lecture style events, and we have field trips to Monash U as well. So we can kind of get that campus experience in a school as well. If we're looking at a school, they have much higher entry requirements, which means, yes, it is slightly more difficult to get into, but also that there's a higher academic rigor and expectations, and kind of the drive is a lot higher in schools as well. If we just click next very quickly, you can notice at the bottom here as well, schools and universities are very attractive because they offer shorter courses, 18 months, even 12 months, IB, OSMAT, A-level. I'm not just saying, stay at 10B, but please be very skeptical of the 18-month and even the 12-month A-level IB programs. In the UK, it is a 24-month program and it needs 24 months. Whatever else you do, please just be very skeptical of the 18 months because it's just cramming and it won't help prepare you. If you ask any of our year 12s, they will tell you that it's way too much work as it is in 24 months, 18 months, 12 months is near impossible. Okay, over to you, Mr. Ng.
Thank you。所以这个是我们在就是学生们呢，他们在 IGCSE 之后可以选择两条路了。那么第一个就是进入所谓的大学校园里面去学习，第二个是留在学校的校园里面学习了。那么我先谈谈大学的好处了。那么大学的好处当然就是它的入学资格呢，它的要求是非常低，只要你能够在 IGCSE 考到3到5个 C， 那么你就可以就是前去读书了。那么当然他们也提供非常快速而且简短的一些课程，当然他们的那个所谓班级的人数也非常多。那么谈到这个班级人数多的时候呢，比如说这边提到的可能会有2000多位左右，就一个年级啊，可能是几百人到1000多人都是有可能的。那么他们有可能会他们的班上可能会混杂一些比较年纪比较大的孩子啊。那么当然这个班的人数越大，那么讲师能够关心、能够关注孩子的那个能够提供资源跟支持的那个部分呢，就相对的来少很多了。好吗？那么下面的部分是关于学校的部分。那么学校的要求呢，入学要求会比较高，好吗？比如说我们现在留下来的这一批 A level 的学生，他们都是顶呱呱的学生了，好吗？就是有好几位都是几乎是考了全 A 和全 A star 的学生。那么这也表示说呢，好的一个学习环境啊，会创造出一个好的学习态度来，这个是我绝对认可的。那么刚才 Mr. Edward 也有提到说，我们必须要留意的是啊，一些在外面的 A level 和 IB program， 我不是指 10B， 而是说其他的一些可能学校大学他们有提供这个快速的 A level 或者 IB program， 就是12个月就能够念完的。那么这个我们要特别留意了，因为在全世界全世界来看的话，大多数的 IB 和 A level 的学习课程呢都是24个月的。那么在英国方面，这个是绝对的要求啊，24个月。当然。如果让孩子们去参加这12个月，看起来好像比较快，看起来很快速，看起来比较简短，可能学费甚至是比较便宜的。那么这是我们必须要考虑到的，就是说它的风险，就是因为很多孩子啊，有一些孩子们他们读过 A level 给我们的回馈就是说，比如说我们现在的学生呢告诉我们说，老师啊，基本上时间是刚刚好而已啊，好吗？如果要我们在12个月念完的话，那个几乎是不可能的事情。好吧，所以我们会觉得说，充分的准备会比就是准备的比较仓促呢，会来得更好。Mr. Edward.
Thank you. So just having a very quick look, slightly closer look at A-level itself. A-level is a 2-year pre-university program based on the British system. Students typically take 3 subjects at AS level in year 12, and then they continue with 3 into year 13. Students do have the option of doing 4 subjects in year 12. However, that's only if they are not sure between 2 subjects. It's kind of to cover all bases.
那么简单介绍一下 A level 是什么呢？那么我们 10B 就提供这个 A level 了，它是一个2年的学习课程，是一个大学先修班。那么这是根据英国的教育系统所编制的，就是我们是这个剑桥 A level 的学校。 那么学生呢通常是在12年级，就是我们称为 AS level，就是说我们说有一些可能家长也念过 A level，就会知道说 level 6这样子的东西。那么是会在那个时候呢选择3到或者4个科目。好吧，那么在 A level 就是来到13年级的时候呢，因为他们是 Year 11考 IGCSE 嘛，那么是接着上12年级、13年级，而13年级的时候可能会考3科或者是分别的科目。
Yep. Okay, so having a quick look at A level at 10B, just to emphasize, one parent was a little bit concerned. I have signed for another 2 years at least. So I will be with the A level and supporting the A level students for at least 2 more years. I hope to be a lot longer. However, I just wanted to kind of let everybody know that, I will be there to support students all the way through. So having a quick look at the subjects offered, this year we're offering maths, further maths, biology, chemistry, physics, economics, business studies, Chinese, the IPQ, the International Project Qualification. That is an individual research project. They can research whatever they want, and a teacher will help support them in that research project for a 5,000-word essay. It helps students prepare for university for doing some research there. We do have some possible future subjects. We have law, English literature, psychology, computer science. We are hoping that they will come in very soon. However, we've not got those finalized quite yet. Looking at the extra support, we have individualized personal development plans. This means that I meet with every student in the A level every couple of weeks to discuss their future, help them apply for university, help them develop skills, etc., etc. We have further education and careers advice. Obviously, when I meet with students, we discuss it, we plan out their future. We have Unifrog, we have studying abroad, we have scholarship support. We had the Unifair a couple of weeks ago. We have ISP helping us. So we have lots and lots of extra support there. We have the life skills program where students are taught how to move away from home and how to look after themselves, how to cook, how to clean, general survival skills, how to apply for jobs, write CVs, all of those kind of soft skills you'll need aside from just your academia. We have the Global Citizens Program. This is a chance for students to set up a business or a charity and work with the local community for some community outreach and help support them as well, with the support of an expert teacher to kind of help guide them. We have specialization training courses, for example, programming we have with University of Nottingham. We have first aid courses, and so they are these kind of specialized courses which students can request and we can try to help organize. Just having a quick look at a question in the chat. Do you have specialized A-level teachers for the subjects offered, or is it undertaken by the current cohort of IGCSE teachers? We do have some teachers that are currently teaching other subjects, but we also have one teacher who's kind of specialist came in for A-level as well. So if you were interested, we can kind of discuss which teachers are teaching what. We have the mentor program. The mentor program is where students will have a chance to mentor other students, younger students, students that struggle a little bit. But we also have the chance for stronger students to mentor those that are feeling like they're struggling a bit. So in the A level, if you feel like you're struggling, you can have another student mentor you, or if you feel like you're doing very well, you can mentor another. And this helps to, teaching is a great way to learn and cement your learning. We have exciting competitions, both local and international, moving towards. We have work experience. Some of our year 12s did work experience in December, and the rest will be doing it in August. So they'll have some chance to do an internship. And we have an alumni support program where we can work with alumni students. So over to you, Ms. Ng.
Thank you. 那么我们学校 10B 所提供的 A level 的科目呢，就包括了你在左手边这边可以看到的，包括了数学，那么未来数学、生物学、化学、物理、经济学、商学、中文与中国文学，还有包括这个 IPQ， 这是刚才我提到的类似一个写小论文的一个科目了。那么我们可能在明年呢会开设的科目包括了法律，那么英文文学、心理学，还有这 这是电脑科学了，好吧？那么刚才 Mr. Edward 主要谈的就是右手边的这个部分，就是我们学校能够为孩子们提供的一些额外的资源，包括了就是可能在其他学校不会见得的部分，就包括了 Mr. Edward 在好几个星期之内就会和孩子们碰面一次，那么谈谈他们对未来的一些计划，那么包括了。我们这边，因为我们是 ISP 的一部分嘛，所以我们有这个所谓的非常就是强的一个资源团队去支援我们，怎么样为孩子们在他们的未来规划的路上呢，做一个更好的准备，包括了这些 Unifrog 啊，就是到国外去念书啊，如何申请奖学金的部分。那么 Life Skill 呢，主要是谈他们一些在生活上面所要学习的，就是我们所谓指的生活技能的课，好吧，这些都是在 A Level 的 program 里面提供的。那么 Global City 这个 program 主要谈的就是说做一些义工，那么让孩子们呢下到田野去帮助做一些慈善的东西啊，让他们更多的去接触这个社会所需要的帮助了。那么接下来这个是所谓的一些比较特别的训练课程，包括了教他们怎么样做这个课程，这个程序设计啊 programming， 还有包括了怎样教他们一些第一救援方式。那么当然同时间他们也会扮演一个大哥哥大姐姐的角色去领导他们的这些就是学弟学妹们啊。那么当然我们也提供一些非常有精彩、非常有趣的不管是本地的比赛也好，国际的比赛也好，我们都鼓励他们去参加。那么当然就是刚才先前有提到这个工作经验的部分，还有当然最重要的就是说我们的毕业生啊都会回到学校来。那么我们是一个非常团结的一个校园的一个组织和环境。Mr. Edward。
Thank you. Yes. So yeah, I'll pass this back to Mr. Jeff as well. If you have any questions on either anything I've said or anything.
Thank you for paying attention to the presentation. We've collated a number of questions which frequently come up, and we will go through them very quickly here. The first question, if your child is addicted to their device still after your intervention, what can you do? Please reach out to me here at school. We'll be very happy to support in keeping your child's device here at school. It can be locked away in the evening and then given back to them in the morning if they need it in their lessons.
那么，如果您的孩子呢，在面对有一些他们就是沉迷于他们的电子游戏啊，就沉迷于他们的这些智能手机方面呢，那么有什么解决方法呢？那么欢迎你们家长呢，将孩子们的电话就是可以把它留在学校，那么等到明天早上，当他们需要上课需要用到电话的时候呢，那我们校方会将电话呢再次还给他们。
Question 2, students should arrive at least 30 minutes before the exam begins. I would recommend at least 60 minutes. However, traffic can be unpredictable. The library is always open and they are welcome to study for the exam before it begins in the library.
那么学生需要多早到学校呢？就是在考试之前。那么我们的建议时间呢是30分钟之前。那么他们到了学校后呢，可以第一时间到我们的图书馆呢去稍作准备。
Question number 3, if your child completed IGCSE Maths in year 10, it's not a requirement to complete it in year 11. However, if their teacher is advising them to do so, we recommend that they do write the exam. As for literature, it's the same policy. If the teacher is recommending that your child write literature, we strongly encourage them to do so, but it is not a requirement at the IGCSE level.
那么，如果您的孩子是在10年级，那么他已经在10年级完成数学考试 IGCSE 数学考试的话，那么10到11年级的时候，是不是一定要拿高级数学呢？并不一定，这得要是老师们，就是他们的数学老师们呢，是否要给他们如此建议？就是通常在建议之下呢，学生才能够去真正的去会考去学习这个高级数学。那么和英文文学呢是相同的一个情况，就是得要看老师们是否建议了。
Question number 4, for the students entering year 12 in August of the year 2023, there will be 4 A-level scholarships, and each one of those scholarships is worth 50% of the tuition fees.
然后我们来到2023年、2024年，那么这里的问题是，学校会不会给 A Level 提供奖学金呢？是的，我们会为 A Level 呢，在2023至2024年学年呢，提供4个奖学金学位。那么这4个奖学金学位呢，将会提供58%的学费折扣。
And question number 5 through 11, I will hand over to Mr. Edward.
Thank you, Mr. Jeff. So number 5, when will the total selection of subjects be confirmed? We have now officially confirmed all of the subjects we will be offering. Those include maths and further maths, biology, chemistry, physics, economics, business, Chinese language and literature, English literature, law, psychology, computer science, and the international project qualification.
好的，那么我们校方什么时候才能够确定我们总共供于 A level 选择的科目有多少呢？我们现在已经确定了。那么在我们之前已经提供的那些科目之上呢，我们再加上了心理学、法律学、这个电脑科学，还有一些其他比较新兴的科目，就是供这个学生们呢，他们能够在这个新兴的市场当中有一个更多的选择了，好吧？
So number 6, what are the qualifications of our teachers at A level, and do they have any training? All of our teachers are fully trained teachers, and they will have completed training for the A level through the Cambridge program. So they have some training there, and they will all have A level experience.
那么我们的老师是否都是拥有 A level 的教学资格呢？这当然，我们的老师呢，所有的A level 老师呢，他们都是已经完成他们的教育资格、他们的教育训练的老师。那么当然，这同时间我们是日益精进的嘛。那么我们的老师们呢，也会到这个 Cambridge 就是剑桥的这些训练课程去上课，那么更加的精进自己所有在 A level 所需要的知识和这个课程改变的那些认知。
What are the entry requirements for A level at 10B SEH? We are looking for students that will be getting high passes, that is A stars, A's and B's, particularly in the subjects they intend to continue into A level.
那么，如果要进来在我们学校读 A level 的话，那么什么入学资格是什么呢？那么就是我们重视的呢是孩子们的学术资格，还有他的学习态度了。那么当然，如果谈到学术资格的话呢，就是我们希望看到学生们是 A star A 或者是至少是 B 的。那么我们这一批的学生的学术资格呢，整批下来就整体上都是蛮优秀的。
How does 10B SEH introduce campus life to students? Many students are interested in getting an experience of campus life, and so we have events where we will go and work with local universities such as Nottingham, where we will go to them, to their campus to get some experience, and where they will come to us to run events and give us some university experience as well.
那么我们学校 SEH 是怎么样向学生们介绍，让他们去连接所谓的大学生活呢？虽然我们是一个校园生活，但是我们跟很多大学有着非常紧密的合作关系，包括了诺丁汉大学，就是在我们学校附近的这个英国的诺丁汉马来西亚分校了。那么有的时候呢，我们的学生会到那里去参观拜访去学习。那么有的时候偶尔间呢，那么诺丁汉大学的这些讲师们学生们都会到我们的学校来给我们的学生呢办一些非常有趣的活动。
So what are our current results? Based on our current set of students, we are expecting high passes, which means A star, A and B across the board.
那么我们现在的成绩是怎么样呢？我们现在的成绩是非常理想、非常乐观的。那么我们的预考 A level 就是 AS 考试的那个预考呢刚刚过，那么是非常让人家满意的了。
So number 10, how does my child know which is the best fit for them? CIMP, OSMAT, IB, Foundation or A level? There are 3 choices really. CIMP, OSMAT and IB is choice 1, A level is another choice and Foundation is a third. CIMP, OSMAT, IB and A level are all internationally recognized and offer a great deal of choice for your students. The difference between CIMP, OSMAT, IB versus A level is that CIMP, OSMAT and IB all require students to do 5+ subjects, and there are compulsory subjects. So students need to do English and maths, for example. A-level students will do 3 to 4 subjects, and there are no compulsory subjects, so they can choose any. Foundation students will look at a variety of subjects. However, the downside of Foundation is it is not internationally recognized. You must stay with that university. And so in that case, you would make that decision and stay with them forever to do your bachelor's, your undergraduate.
那么我该如何知道？是下一个问题是我该如何知道我的孩子 是适合走哪一条升学之路呢？那么这里提供了 CIMP、OSMAT， 还有这个基础课程，以及包括了 A Level。那么Mr. Edward 给出的解释呢是 CIMP 跟 OSMAT 呢会需要至少5科的必修科目，那么相对来说有些学生会觉得压力蛮大的。那么下一个就是 A Level，A Level 是3到4科的必修科目。那么入学资格呢CIMP、OSMAT 和 A Level 呢，相对来说是差不多一样，因为他们都是受国际认证的。那么 Foundation 呢，它虽然时间上说是比较短了，好吧，上课的时间比较短，但是它一个非常需要留意的地方是，如果你是念这个 Foundation 基础课程的话，你就必须要跟那个大学留在一起，那么直到你就是毕业为止了，好吗？通常的情况都是如此。
And finally, what is the difference between college A-level and the 10B SEH A-level program? The 3 differences are the age, the size of the school and the classes, and the entry requirements. First of all, looking at age, students at 10B SEH will be 16 to 18 in the A-level, whereas at Sunway, etc., they may be anywhere from 16 up to 30. So there's a greater age category. The size of the school, again, looking at college A-level, you may have classes of 50 plus students and you have a campus of 2,000 plus students. Whereas if you look at our school, we have much smaller cohorts. And finally, the entry requirements. At colleges, they are generally requiring 5 Cs to enter. That includes MCKL, Taylor's, Monash, Sunway, UCSI, all require 5 Cs to enter. And this means that they will teach at that level because all of their students will be at a C grade level. If you look at 10B, we have higher entry requirements, which means we will push further for students to achieve higher passes like A's and B's.
好的，那么最后一个问题呢是就是大学学院的 A Level 跟我们学校的 A Level 有什么不同呢？那么不同的地方是非常有趣的。那么第一个是从年龄层来说了，那么我们学校的 A Level 学生呢都是16岁到18岁的，那么大学学院的 A Level 学生呢可以是16岁以上，可以去到20岁，可以去到21岁，但是通常是18、19岁左右了。那么下一个问题呢是入学资格是怎么样？那么这些所谓的大学学院的 A Level 的入学资格呢是需要5个 C 就可以入学了。那么我们校方我们 TAMB 这边的 A Level 呢是需要至少5个 B 或者最好是更加优秀的成绩了。那么这就造就了我们跟他们最大的不同是那个整体上的学术风气、学术的那个进度，那么我们可能可以做的就是更加的整合、更加的整体了。好吧，那么最后一个方面呢，就是说那个校园人数了。那么大学学院的校园人数呢，可能是可以去到1000或者2000人的。那么在我们 TAMB 这边，我们相对的来说是比较好。那么如果是比较好的、比较小的一个学生团队的话，那我们老师们就可以更加集中的和他们达成一个更好的师生关系。那么这就对我们的学习上面呢是一石二鸟，是更加事半功倍的。OK。
I'm sorry, Mr. Jeff, I think you are muted.
We'd like to thank everyone that joined the presentation on preparation for IGCSE and post-IGCSE options, and do keep in touch with us here at this school if you have any questions in regards to our A-level program. Thank you.
谢谢大家，有什么问题的话，欢迎你联系我们的学校，谢谢。